Moving to the RMS value of the AC. Already we now find out the average value of the AC. So now moving to the RMS value of the AC. RMS value of the AC means the square root of the mean of the squares of the all the current over one cycle. For alternating voltage means VRMS. Here the alternating current means that is the IRMS. RMS value means that is the root means square. So square root of the mean of the squares of all the current over one cycle. Already we know the alternating current means that is the equation I equal to Im sin omega t. Here consider the omega t means that is the theta. So write down that equation I equal to Im sin theta. So now here consider the squared wave. That means it is the I squared wave. So here drawing the I squared wave. Normally here it is using the sine wave. That is the squared wave means another form. So that is the I squared wave. Here we can consider the elementary strip. That is the mid ordinate means that is the I squared. Thickness of the elementary strip means that is the T d theta. So here consider the sum of the square of all the current over the one cycle means it gives the area of the one cycle of the squared wave. Area of the one cycle of the squared wave. So write down that equation. So that is the IRMS value means that is the square root. So here consider the area. Area of the one cycle of squared wave. One cycle of the squared wave divided by base length. Divided by base length. Base length of the one cycle. Appo one cycle half cycle ngambod 0 to pi. One cycle ngambod complete of 0 to 2 pi. That is the one cycle. Now here they consider the elementary strip. That is the thickness d theta. That is the mid ordinate of the element means that is the I squared. Now find out the area of the element. Area of the element. So area of the element means that is the I squared d theta. Now here consider the area of the one cycle of the squared wave. Area of the one cycle of the squared wave means that is the integral I squared d theta. Upon one cycle means that is the 0 to 2 pi. One positive and one negative. That means that is the one cycle 0 to 2 pi. Now substitute the I squared value. So that is the I squared value means already we know the 0 to 2 pi. I value means that is the Im squared. That is the sin squared theta d theta. Here it is the constant value means that is the I squared take out from the integral. So finally write down the equation. It is equal to Im squared 0 to 2 pi sin squared theta into d theta. Write down the sin squared theta means that is the 2 sin squared theta. That means sin squared theta means 1 minus cos 2 theta divided by 2. That is the rearrange sin squared theta means that is the Im squared integral 0 to pi. Write down this manner that is the 1 minus cos 2 theta divided by 2 into d theta. So here the 2 means that is the constant. So take out from the integral. Finally write down the equation. Im squared divided by 2. So integral of 0 to pi. That is the d theta. Here multiplying the 1 means that is the d theta minus it is the common for both integral that is the 0 to 2 pi. That is the cos 2 theta into d theta. Now write down the using the formula means integral of d theta means that is the theta. So Im squared divided by 2. It is the theta. Now here the cos 2 theta means that is the integral form. We are using the sin 2 theta. Again 2 theta means divided by 2. So that is the limit 0 to 2 pi. Now here substitute the limit value. So that is the Im squared by 2. First limit, that is the 2 pi. Then minus sin 2 into 2 pi divided by 2. Minus lower limit means that is the theta equal to 0 minus sin 0 divided by 2. So now the sin 0 and sin 4 pi. Sin 0 and sin 4 pi. That means that is the value is the 0. So value is 0. So finally we can get the value means that is the 2 pi. This is the 0. So finally we can get the value, that is the Im squared divided by 2 into 2 pi. So here it is the cancel both of this. Write down that equation Im squared by pi. That means it is the area of the one cycle of the squared wave. Area of the one cycle of the squared wave final kandupidichachu. Now base length portha varailum 0 to 2 pi. Then moving to the IRMS value. Moving to the IRMS value. Appa IRMS value means that is the square root of the area of the squared wave. That means that is the Im squared by divided by 2 pi. So cancel both of this. Write down the equation. The square means that is the cancel. So that is the Im by root 2. 1 by root 2 value means that is the 0.707 into Im. That means it is the IRMS value means that is the symmetrically sinusoidal current. RMS value of the current means 70.7% it is the peak value. 70.7% of the peak value. So here it is the same concept, that is the alternating voltage means VRMS equal to 0.707 of the Vm. That is the maximum peak value 70.7% of the RMS value. So it is the n number of the current in the one half cycle of the AC. That means IRMS equal to square root of the sum of the square of the all the current over one cycle divided by number of the current. Write down that equation IRMS. That means it is the n number of the currents. n number of the currents irundhuduna over current oda square value up to In squared divided by number of the current. That means n. So that is the n number of the current in one cycle of the AC. So that is the IRMS value means that is the VRMS value means that is the 0.707 Vm. IRMS value means that is the 0.707 Im. So IRMS value means that is the 70.7% of the peak values. So now we can find out the average value of the alternating current means that is the IRMS. Another one is the average value. So that is the IRMS means another definition it is the V effective. So V effective value eppadi sollalamna, the steady current which when flowing through the given circuit for a given time produce the same amount of the heat as produced by the alternating current when flowing through the same circuit and same time. So that is called the V effective or I effective. So it is the same current produce the steady current and alternating current. So that is called the V effective or I effective. So this is the IRMS value.